morning, that's not.
All right, just going over some of the workings going on here. So I'm glad you're eager, Mr. Hubbard. That's good. So we are getting started for, in case people don't know in the back, to come on and join the party. I've been told that it's too low, that I'm not speaking loud enough. So I said, challenge accepted, so I'll be speaking a whole lot louder. So if this is too loud, please let me know. But I'm here to please. All right, well, Mr. Hubbard, you know the drill, you know how this works.
Yes, sir.
You get 45 seconds for your introduction speech, and we are going to do about 90 seconds for answering our questions. Then you get a 45-second closing speech.
All right.
So without further delay, Mr. Hubbard, you have the floor, sir.
My name is Zachary Hubbard, District 2. I'm not a teacher. We have great teachers that are running for this board. I'm not a Fortune 500 person. I know how I run a business. I'm a father, a husband, a combat veteran, and the buck stops here. There's no reason that anything should go any further than the school board. It should be handled there. So 15 seconds, real quick. When this is done, I'll be leaving here because my wife turns 50 on Wednesday, and we have a big meeting on Wednesday. So I'm taking my wife out to celebrate her 50th early. So, because I like my house and half the stuff I own.
Thank you very much, sir. And in case you didn't see, we have Mr. Tim Flincham that's going to be handling the time here. So you'll keep your eye in that area to make sure that we're staying on schedule. All right, so question number 1. What do you believe is the top priority facing the WSFC school system right now? And what do you believe will be the top priority facing the new school board after the general election?
Finances. Unfortunately, we're stuck in a hole. Current board, prior leadership, administration, we're in a hole. We can get out of it. It's just going to take some time. I mean, y'all better get used to hearing it. This is what it's going to be like until November. It's not going to be fixed by then. It's not a magic wand. If they could have fixed it, they would have done it already. You can't be. It's going to be, from the rest of this till the school board turns over, and when the new one starts, it's going to be finances, which is unfortunate because we've got bigger things. We've got children to take care of. We don't need to be finding out where this money went and who spent money where they shouldn't have. So it's going to be finances. Go ahead.
All right, thank you, sir. Question 2. If elected, do you agree your responsibility as a school board member includes monitoring school systems, finances each month, and taking corrective action if needed?
Definitely. I like what Reverend Barr said. Why not do some of this financial meeting in front of the public? You want transparency. If somebody here has a great idea, and I agree with it, I'm not going to steal it and make it mine. That was a great idea. I liked it. Be transparent. If you want to be transparent, then do something about it. Put it on TV. Make it where people can come sit and watch. Don't do it behind closed doors. A lot of these closed door meetings the school's been having shouldn't be happening to begin with. We have a financial responsibility to the taxpayers. That includes everyone in here, even the current board. You wasted your own tax money. You might as well have gone out and just got a dinner that you didn't like, because that money's gone and it ain't coming back. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you, sir. Question 3. What actions should the school board take to rebuild trust with parents, taxpayers, and staff?
Again, transparency. And again, y'all going to hear it a lot. It's a big word. We've got to show these people that a board can be run by competent people in a business way that they haven't seen since 2018. When the Democrats took over, COVID happened, people forgot what their job was. They started looking at their little business card and said, oh, it's a school board member on there. Well, you got to remember why it says school board member on there, because somebody voted for you and you didn't do your job. 2018 was a rough year for the school board. Republicans lost the majority. And the Democrats are really good at working together, and we're not. We like to look at each other and say, hey, how you doing? As soon as you turn your back, I'm talking to somebody else about it. Well, I've seen it today. Democrats don't do that. They're in it for the long haul. We got to get there.
All right, thank you, sir. The enrollment in WSFC schools is decreasing. In 2026 through 2033, it is projected that the enrollment will be going from 51,000 to under 45,000 in 2033. How will you have students and parents be to come back into the school system?
Can you blame them? Honestly, I have a rising sixth grader right now. Last year at Sage Garden, we had some problems with the principal and abuse of an EC student. If I could have homeschooled my son, I would have pulled him out. I didn't. Luckily, we got new leadership at Sage Garden. A new principal, he's awesome. I've toured 3 schools in the past 3 weeks now because of the weather to pick where my son's going to middle school, and then I can set him up to where he goes to high school. I have sat there and talked with teachers, and they say, well, we used to have this program, we had this program before the RIF. It wasn't a RIF. Y'all fired 300, almost 300 teachers. They got fired. They didn't get a choice. And that's because somebody lost $50 million.
Thank you, sir. Question number 5. What criteria will you use to evaluate the performance of the current superintendent and city-level staff of the Winston-Salem Forsyth County school system?
Remind him every day that he works for us. We brought him in, we can send him back. Personally, I've met him a couple times, listened to him speak. We might have made a good choice this time. I think he's willing to work to make Forsyth County, the schools better, the school board better, central office. I hope I'm not let down, but on a personal level, from what I know, and I hadn't sat down and had a beer with the man, I'm just doing this in public, but I think we might have got it right. I think y'all did a really good job, unless, if he didn't, then it's not y'all's fault, that he said something, he could do something that he can't. I think the idea of Dr. Phipps was a good one. But he does work for the school board. So we have to remind him of that.
All right, thank you, sir. Question number 6. How will you handle the pressure, scrutiny, controversy that comes with serving as a school board member? And how will you deal with financial management and the loss of confidence from parents and taxpayers?
Not everybody's gonna like it, and you can't make everybody happy. Luckily, the way this United States runs, it's a majority run. And unfortunately, you have to make hard decisions sometimes and do what's best for the majority, even though it's not gonna make everybody happy. You just can't. We all know that, we're adults. It's not easy to make everybody happy, but you can make them mad. So make hard decisions, even if it's not popular. We doing this because of the kids. Understand there's staff, there's central office staff. We're doing this for the children. My son, hopefully my grandkids, if I make it that old, y'all's kids, grandkids. This is why you run for school board. You don't do it to put it on a business card. You don't do it because you want to run for Senate in 6 years. You're a school board member. The superintendent works for you. And you need to, when somebody asks you a question from the public, you need to have an answer. And if they think, great, everybody should hear this, well, there's avenues where everybody can hear it.
Thank you, Mr. Hubbard. Question number 7. And by the way, is the volume okay? Yeah. Okay, all right, good. Just wanted to check. Question number 7. The mission statement of WSFC schools is schools will engage in all students' high-quality, relevant learning experiences so they can graduate with interpersonal academic skills, workforce skills, and they can compete locally, globally, and contribute to society. Is that being fulfilled right now in the school system? What do you think is working and what is not working?
From what I see, it's not working. I don't think it's as bad as the media makes it out to be. I think we've got a lot of good kids. One thing we've done, and it's more society than anything, we've taken the ability away from teachers to teach. They're spending all day long dealing with whoever's causing trouble. Send them to the office sends them back with a pat on the back and a lollipop. Teachers need to teach. Trust me, they're not doing it for the money. Everyone here that taught didn't do it for the money. You did it because you loved it. Anybody that was in the service here, you didn't do it because of the money. You did it because you loved it. I don't think it's as bad as the media makes it or as some people talk about it. We've got a lot of good kids in this district. We need to get the ones that aren't taken care of. That's it. Let's just remember why we're here.
All right, good answer. Thank you, sir. Question 8. This is a security question.
Yes, sir.
And this is from the Winston-Salem Forsyth County School Board. They unanimously approved a plan to deal with student mental health. Data from 3/4 of the 2024-2025 school year were presented to the board by a department that oversees this plan. The presented data show that suicide safety assessments and behavior threat assessments for the 2024 and 2025 school year were trending higher than the previous years. In our current year, somebody was killed at a high school. Then we had somebody that came in with a loaded gun on a high school campus, West Forsyth. Given the safety, security, and mental health failures that was just listed, if elected, what proposals will you make to address these issues?
I'm gonna get a little personal here. I suffer very bad from PTSD that I got in Iraq. I know depression. I know suicidal thoughts. I know anxiety. I've been there. I take 5 pills one night, 4 pills the next night. I can't say anything bad about the VA. They've always taken care of me. But I've been there. I've seen it. I've got friends whose kids are bullied. I got a friend whose son's 10 years old and he came home from school today talking about killing himself because he was being bullied. These kids need to be held responsible. I put out a little video the other day, and I don't know if it'll work. You've got lawyers and people to talk to. But how about taking some of these kids that cause problems and give them community service at the school? Help them clean up. Help them help teachers. And you know what? If you don't do that, you're going to another school. Expulsion should be the last thing. It's definitely on the table. Should be the last thing because you lose that kid forever. If you expel 10 kids, 1 may have the intestinal fortitude to make it on their own. The other 9 are in gangs. They're in trouble. You've lost them. Keep them as long as you can, but there comes a point where they have to go. Most of these kids will be in high school. They're almost adults. They know what they're doing. So metal detectors only work if somebody can go and can monitor them.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate that. That is the conclusion of the questions. You will now have 45 seconds to give your closing speech.
Like I said, I've met some good people since I started this. We have good candidates. I don't think the board, like I said earlier, should be made up of all teachers, all businessmen. You need everybody. The Army taught me 3 things that I always remember: how to work for somebody, with somebody, and get somebody to work for you. Luckily, you get enough rank, you can do that. So we've got to work together. If we can't get the majority, we have to stick together so they know we mean business. We can't cross house.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you guys give a round of applause to Mr. Hubbard.